Thanks very much, Steph. Yes, it should be a truly, truly memorable night here on the banks of the Tyne. Now, of course, the Great North Run all began way, way back on the 28th of June 1981. It was originally an early summer event with people of all ages taking part together. There wasn't a separate junior run back in those days, but it was a day to remember for the 12,000 or so who took part and helped launch what's become, well, one of the most fantastic and well-loved sporting events in the whole country. It was a local lad who wrote his name in the history books that day as well, as the first finisher of the first Great North Run.
Here at last, the day we've been telling Look North viewers about for the past 4 months. And all around Newcastle's central motorway, there's a battalion of helpers preparing for the army of competitors who are expected to turn up.
You know, there's international athletes in, there's a lot of fun runners and a lot of club runners as well. So I was getting very excited leading up to the event itself. So I wandered very quietly in the park, and about a few minutes before the event I just darted across to the front of the queue, and I looked back and I couldn't believe the amount of people stretching up the A167 here. Normally there's, you know, traffic all the way down, and this time it was just herds and herds of people ready for the race down to Shields. When I was preparing for the event, I had all different strategies going through my head how to try and win it, because the main objective of the event was to win the race. And as soon as that gun went, I was slightly downhill and I thought, that's it, I'm off here. I'm going to make them work, because if they're going to beat me, they're going to know that they've been in a big race and a fast one.
2 seconds left, here we go now.
The bridge was built in 1928, Mike. He must have been the first person ever to run across the middle of it. It's never been closed before. So I'll be the first one to cross it. I think it was King George V who opened the bridge, and he would have been in his horse and carriage. So I was the first person to cross the bridge without any traffic whatsoever. The only people I had around was crowds on both sides of the path. It was a hell of a feeling.
By the time he reaches the Felling bypass, McLeod has clearly decided that no one is going to bypass him. Already he's reeled off miles of 4 minutes 16 and 4 minutes 40 seconds, and his main rivals are several hundred yards behind. Already this year, McLeod has won the golden 10,000 metres, but today is a special one. Geordie pride demands a Geordie winner, and McLeod is on his home ground. As he forges even further ahead, Mike McLeod and his motorcycle escort are getting a warm welcome and plenty of encouragement, and he appreciates it. Indeed, the support from the spectators along the route is to become one of the outstanding memories of the day. But that's all the help McLeod needs. Even here, at the fourth and last feeding station, he declines the ever-eager offers. He doesn't seem to need it, and he doesn't even look tired.
First winner, first finisher, Mike, and we're coming up for the millionth finisher now, can you believe it? We've got other races around the world which have been going a lot longer than the Great North Run, and they haven't reached the millionth yet. Just over 30 years for the Great North Run, and it's hitting first every time. It's such a great day out as well. You know, we're sitting here at the beach. What do you think that's missing? There's the pints on the table. When are you going to the bar?
And you might have recognised the inimitable tones of Mike Neville in that report as well. Hope you're watching, Mike. Another Mike, I bet you haven't had that pint from Jeff yet, have you?
No, I haven't. I don't think they're paying enough wages.
I wouldn't hold your breath, to be quite honest. Now, Mike, you won the first race, you won the second race. You should have perhaps won it a third time.
I should have done. I ran 1,500 metres from the country the day before Gateshead Stadium, and I got into the race quite happy, but I got a little bit too complacent, not realising how fit Steve Kenyon was. I let him get too far ahead on the John Reed Road, and when I made my break, he was too far ahead, and I was very disappointed afterwards.
That's a lesson to all athletes, isn't it, really? Never get too complacent. Yeah. But of course, you're here as part of a special celebration to mark the Great North Run's place in history, along with two other athletics legends here, I'm pleased to say. Yes, Baroness OREY Thompson and PAULA. It's great to see you here tonight. Tammy, how far has the wheelchair part of the Great North Run come since 1981? Because at first there was just a handful of wheelchair athletes, and some of them weren't actually even athletes.
That's right. I mean, I think there weren't that many races in the UK, and there weren't that many races that accepted wheelchair races. So it's been amazing. You know, it was very sort of local athletes in the first few years, and now it's some of the best people in the world. So it's one of those. It's such a good half marathon for chairs because it's straight, it's fast. You know, it's easy to manoeuvre. Lots of people want to come here to compete.
You won it 8 times, of course. Now your protege, Jade Jones, is sort of taking over from you, if you like. She's had a great season so far. How can she do this weekend, do you think?
She's done really well. I mean, she medalled at Commonwealth Games and Europeans. She's in great form. I think she's looking to go quicker than me, so my best is 52 on the course. So I think we're hoping for 51 minutes from her.
And I suppose if the weather stays nice, she could maybe do it?
She'll definitely do it this weekend.
Oh, it's nice to be so confident. And Paula, of course, you won it back in the Millennium year in 2000 and set a course record, which you then subsequently broke, and I don't think it's been broken since. How does that go down in your list of amazing achievements?
Oh, it's right up there. I mean, it's the fastest that I ever ran over the half marathon distance. Didn't count as a world best because they say the course is downhill, but it's only downhill for about 300 metres. The rest of it, it's uphill quite a way. But it was just that it fitted into my plans for the half marathon and where I was right then perfectly. I'd grown up doing events like the Great North Cross Country, the Durham Cross Country as it was then, and always planned when I ran a half marathon it was always going to be at the Great North Run, because that's kind of a no-brainer really. The North East gets so much behind running and so much behind athletics and sport in general.
And it looks like the women's race this year could yet again be another battle between Tirunesh Shababa and Edna Kiplagat as well, doesn't it? Do you think?
Yeah. Mary Katani in there as well, who's in really good shape too. So I think it's going to be a very good race, and it could be some quick times there this weekend, as Kenny said.
I'm sure it will be. Well, thank you all very much. Enjoy the proceedings tonight. I'm sure it's going to be absolutely great. We've had great weather here this afternoon on the banks of the Tyne, and everyone's hoping it's going to stay like this for the rest of the weekend, Jeff.
Yes, fingers crossed. Thank you very much, Dawn. Great Hall of Fame of athletes there with a fantastic collection of medals between them as well, I would imagine. Well, the crowds are just beginning to file into the quayside now. As we said, around 20,000 people expected here tonight. All tickets gone. And earlier on today, Paul, I think everyone was saying, it's a fantastic day, it's lovely and sunny. If you're coming down tonight, get wrapped up. It's starting to get a bit chilly.
Well, that's right, Jeff. Sun's dipping. And